on the Atlanta Falcons. Here's the kicker, Jake Bates, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Atlanta. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First carry of the game now for the Texas superstar, Bijan Robinson. And fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now Penix going to hold on to it. That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. 14 yards there, a Falcon 1st down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
There's Robinson showing the flash. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's good for 21 yards on a 1st down.
That's another Falcons 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Penix working out of the gun here. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And the Lions are going to get the football here at their own 23. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
They'll run for the first time with a speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
That's good.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Going back to Gibbs on 1st down. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first 2 plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball on both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
Here's Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, 55 yards. And the Lions take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive, he burned him, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
Pass midfield. And finally, he's out of bounds, but not before a great return. He's all the way inside the 30.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. From the 23, here's 2nd down and 7. Robinson with another carry. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off. From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
A gain of 17 yards. And the Falcons.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
At the 1-yard line.
Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Robinson looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line. Second and goal from the 1.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Robinson again. And I don't think he got in. He did not. They mark him short of the goal line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stopped the play right there in the middle of the field.
And Robinson will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack to stop him short of the 1st. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll run for it with Robinson. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Bijan Robinson. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Falcons take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And we are tied at 7.
Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. The goal's a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the 1st. They get him to the ground at the 37.
A gain of 9.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
We're all still valiantly searching for the so-called book, right, that tells us what to do in every situation. Everyone kind of knows what it says, but it's never really been written down anywhere. He violated every code on that one, didn't he? Deciding to go for it right there.
Oh, yeah, your side of the field, this stage of the game, you're supposed to punt the football. He said, who cares? I'm going to light the book on fire.
Yeah, analytics, everyone else, be warned. He's coming for you.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
I like the boldness of that play call from the offensive coordinator because he wasn't daunted even by the double coverage he expected to draw to the tight end. The result, a huge gain and a major shout of confidence for everyone on the offense. Hey, kill!
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Goff now to throw. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 28 yards. And the Lions will take the lead here in the final minute of the 1st half.
The kicker on.
Extra point forthcoming. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Lions 14. Falcons 7.
Already know I got on go. Money calling gotta go. You gotta go if you play you troll.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the 1st half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 1st half. Here's Penix. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Kyle Pitts, 40 yards. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the 1st half. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing. We're knotted up at 14.
That ties the game at 14. Bradley Pinion set to
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Goff now looking to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll throw with Penix. Now he's going to step up and run. And complete to Drake London. Loose inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 15. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On it's the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Gonzalez's kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And it's a kickoff return to end the first half. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. And most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
The first play of the second half, a big success, over 30 yards.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the third quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10, down at the 31. A shotgun snap for Goff. He's got this to Williams, complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now the try here for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
23-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want to get the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
It's now 3rd and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
60, Cadet, Warrior 70, Cougar 19, go!
And looking to throw, Penix. This ball down the field for Pitts. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Sets up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
60 Maverick.
On the bootleg, it's Penix. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Goff. That's complete to the portal. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Well, they were unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now Goff. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Set. Like Panther 11, Panther 11.
To the air, Penix. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
70 Lions.
Now Penix. He'll try and do this himself. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They are going for it. Penix. That is caught. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
It's a gain of 18. And the Falcons, first down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
They'll try to throw again. Here's Penix. Finding Kyle Pitts running the slant. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2.
The Falcons will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll try and throw with Penix. And he's got it. So they're trying for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal.
Falcons 25. Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Taken at about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it with 2nd down. 2nd down and 8.
It's up 2nd and 8.
They'll go again with Gibbs. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
1st down. A gain of 12. 1st down, Detroit.
To throw is Goff. And yet again, Goff is intercepted. Picked off by Xavier Watts. And the Falcons are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Looking to put a drive together. They'll get it to Robinson to begin the drive. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
On the play.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. He got 29 yards that time.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Robinson up the middle. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
3rd and 3.
Looking to throw, Penix. He forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Jack Campbell with a pick. And the Lions will take over here at their own 12-yard line. One side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Another run for Gibbs here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They give right side for Gibbs. They find some open field here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Gibbs straight ahead. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Goff going to shift him around.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. On 4th down, Goff. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
And the Falcons, 1st down.
They'll look to throw. Right back to Pitts again. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
It's a gain of
The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Now first and goal. He's back to throw. This is caught. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talking over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal? Back to throw. And it's caught.
Brought down just shy of the goal line. A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now third and goal.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. Till next time, we say so long from